You know, when it comes to horse racing, the Breeders' Cup is the Super Bowl of horse racing. It is the end of the season highlight that often showcases the fastest horses on the planet. And today, we're taking a solid look at it on this episode of 5 Weird Things. Welcome to the channel, where weird is normal, mainly because normal is boring. Now today I want to find out your horse or horse racing secrets. Here's 2 of mine. A horse once tried to kill me. It's a long story. And I am still technically considered a horse bookie in the state of Oregon. Okay, let's get into it. What we need to know. Now, the Breeders' Cup started in 1984 and it is an annual series of horse racing events that culminate in a championship day of horse racing. It is one of the most prestigious and richest horse racing events in the United States and by extension the world. The Breeders' Cup typically takes place on the first or second weekend in November. The Breeders' Cup consists of multiple races across various distances and divisions with a particular focus on showcasing the best horses in each category, such as the Breeders' Cup Classic, Breeders' Cup Turf, Breeders' Cup Distaff, among others. Now, one of the unique aspects of the Breeders' Cup is that it moves to a different racetrack every year, allowing different venues to host the event and providing variety in racing conditions and settings. Now that that's out of the way, weird thing number 5, Breeders' Cup Scandals. In 1994 Breeders' Cup pari-mutuel scandal, computer programmer Chris Harn manipulated the payouts of the 1994 Breeders' Cup Pick 6 wager, resulting in a massive payout to a specific group of bettors. Now, the fraud was eventually uncovered, leading to investigation, arrests, and changes in wagering security protocols. The 2000 Breeders' Cup Classic disqualification. In the 2000 Breeders' Cup Classic, the winner, Tiznow, was involved in a controversial disqualification. It was alleged that Tiznow interfered in the second-place finisher, Giant's Causeway. After a lengthy inquiry, the stewards decided not to disqualify Tiznow, leading to debates and discussions about the decision, about favoritism, about possible bias. It was a pretty decent argument. Weird thing number 4, Breeders' Cup cocktails. One of the rather fun traditions of the Breeders' Cup is handcrafted cocktails made and named for the race day. Here's a couple of examples. The Breeders' Cup Breeze. You make this with vodka, cranberry juice, grapefruit juice, splash of soda, garnished with a twist of grapefruit or a cherry. The Horse's Neck. The Horse's Neck is a classic cocktail it's simple and elegant. It typically features bourbon or brandy with ginger ale, garnished with a long twist of lemon peel. Now there's also what's known as day of cocktails. These are already existing cocktails like a kamikaze that is renamed for the day, usually after a favored horse. Weird thing number 3, Breeders' Cup Legends. Cigar. Cigar is a Hall of Fame horse, won the 1995 Breeders' Cup Classic and was named the Horse of the Year that same year. Then he embarked on a 16-race winning streak, one of the longest in modern horse racing history. Goldikova. The French mare Goldikova made Breeders' Cup history by winning the Breeders' Cup Mile 3 consecutive times from 2008 to 2010. Frankie Dettori, the charismatic Italian jockey, has had tremendous success at the Breeders' Cup. He famously won all 7 races on a single Breeders' Cup card in 1996, an achievement known as the Magnificent Seven. Tiznow. Tiznow became the first horse to win the Breeders' Cup Classic in consecutive years, 2000 and 2001, considered one of the best dirt horses in the event's history. Weird thing number 2, the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series. Now, the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series is an initiative that consists of a series of horse races held around the world, and the races serve as qualifying events for the Breeders' Cup, providing winning horses with automatic berths in specific Breeders' Cup races. Now, the Challenge Series is designed to enhance the competitiveness and global reach of the Breeders' Cup, encouraging top thoroughbreds to compete in the event. The overall effect of the Challenge Series is that the worldwide fan base grows, the prestige and reputation of the horses, owners, and trainers grows, and it all leads to the culmination of the Breeders' Cup. And weird thing number 1, Breeders' Cup innovations. In a sport that's been around for literally hundreds of years, the Breeders' Cup has been breaking with tradition and introducing new ideas and technology into the sport. Here are some highlights. The introduction of synthetic racing surfaces. These surfaces are designed to provide better traction, reduce the risk of injuries, and create more consistent racing conditions. Enhanced fan engagement through technology. The development of the Breeders' Cup mobile app, live streaming, interactive websites, and social media campaigns has made it easier for fans to access race information, watch the races, and participate in the excitement of the event. The expanded race categories. The Breeders' Cup periodically introduces new race categories to reflect changing trends and interests in horse racing. Enhanced veterinary practices. In response to concerns about horse safety and welfare, the Breeders' Cup has implemented stricter veterinary protocols, including pre-race examinations and medication policies to ensure the well-being of the equine athletes. The Jockey Cam. Cameras mounted on jockeys' helmets allowed fans to experience the race from the jockey's point of view, unheard of in horse racing. Now that's it for today's show. I hope you loved it. If you didn't and you don't feel like keeping that to yourself, let me know in the comments. In fact, if you made it this far, type cigar in the comments. You're going to earn some style points. Take care. Have a great day.